We live in a world where people are always too occupied. Occupied with hard work, productivity, and detailed plans. Yes, we need them, but there is no doubt that if we get lost in them, they can often feel overwhelming. What happened to our intuition? In this rapid world, did we lose the ability to listen to it? Did we forget to follow our inner voice, that gut feeling, which in the most cases turns out to be true and knows exactly what we need? So I was wondering what would happen if I let my intuition guide my life for a week. So that's exactly what it did. And this should be really easy for me because I'm a highly intuitive person. So why am I even making this video? What I've noticed recently is that I ignore my intuition a lot. And it is because I'm always trying to be really productive and follow structured and organized plans. And that makes me ignore my intuition a lot. And what happens then is I'm not actually being really productive, and at the same time I'm not letting myself do other things in either. So I just end up doing nothing, and it goes like that in circles, and the feeling is really not good. So I decided that I have to do something about it finally. So what exactly is an intuition? A definition says that it is an ability to understand or know something immediately based on your feelings rather than facts. Another definition that I like is immediate cognition without the use of rational processes. So basically, if you ever had a feeling that something is just not right, or maybe that you should do something but you don't know exactly why, that's it. That's your intuition telling you something. And how do you hear it? Well, for some people, it just comes naturally, but for others, it may be a struggle. So I think this is the right time to jump into my experiment to show you how exactly I did it. I will start every morning with a little bit of sitting or laying, just to try not to fall asleep. And I was letting myself think about this subject, or more like feeling the things I'd like to do. Try to sit quietly, like in a meditation, and try to feel what are those things that something inside you is telling you that it is the right thing to do, right now or in your life. When I was done feeling, I would write everything in my journal. But of course, I wasn't doing only the things I wrote down. I was often doing the things immediately when they came to my mind. For example, the first morning, I felt an urge to run out of the house barefoot, without mobile, and take a walk near the sea. And I felt amazing after that because that's exactly what I needed in that moment. From that morning on, my excitement was just growing and growing. So it is day one of this little experiment, and it's just a good day. It's an amazing day. I woke up so excited about all the things that I'm gonna do. It's now like 2 p.m. and I followed my intuition until now. So from the moment I woke up until now, and I have to say I feel an overwhelming happiness, and I'm just feeling so much joy and so much excitement, and I feel really, really free from all the to-do lists, all these things, and I'm just so happy to listen what my body and what my mind really needs, and just feeling free. So in this first period, I discovered what are some bigger things in my life that I wanna start doing, and those include go back to old hobbies, come back to meditation, start training again and stop eating sugars. And I started training and I'm really happy about it. And social media detox, this is the last one. I think this is the first time in my life that I finally found a formula that works for me. And I think that's because of combination of two things actually. The first thing, it is this experiment. I let myself rest and do the things that I want to do and the things that I need. And social media wasn't the thing I needed. It was the exact opposite. And the second thing was the book I recently read from Tim Ferriss. It is the 4-Hour Workweek. And it was written in 2006. And he doesn't mention social media at all, because social media back then wasn't a thing. But what he talks about is emails, and he talks that he checks his emails only once a week for 1 or 2 hours. And then it all clicked for me, and I was finally able to sustainably manage social media. I decided that I'm gonna check my social media only once a day, and in that period of 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I'm gonna do everything I want there. I don't know, answer my messages or post or something like that. And this way, I won't miss anything because I'm only be gone for 24 hours. And at the same time, I'm not gonna waste my days on social media. I'm gonna go just once and that's it. That's it for the day. And the feeling was just awesome. Maybe later in life I will extend it to every other day or more, we will see. But for now, this works really well. But yeah, basically this first period was so nice and refreshing, and every night I would go to bed, I had a feeling that this day wasn't wasted. I did all the things that I love and that I truly enjoy, and the feeling was really good. And after this period of excitement and joy, came the period of confusion.
It's Monday today and it is day 4, and today I was feeling a little bit confused and I wasn't able to hear my intuition because my mind occurred and it was trying to overthink. It was trying to tell me that there are more important things that I have to do right now, and that I have to work, and that I have to be productive. Although I'm more productive now than I was before when I wasn't following my intuition. But that's just how the mind is. It is always trying to make problems where there are actually no problems at all.
So basically it came a period where it was harder to separate my intuition from the thinking mind. And I was thinking about it and I realized that some things are extremely obvious to separate and some are a little bit trickier and harder. For example, your body will never choose sugars and crappy foods instead of something healthy. You may think you really want something unhealthy and sugary, but believe me, your body probably doesn't need it. That's pretty obvious. But when it comes to the things that you just can't separate like that, I found out that the best thing is to feel. When a certain thought about something occurs, ask yourself, how do you feel about it? Are you happy and excited when you think about a certain thing? Or do you feel that it is something that just doesn't bring you any joy and the feeling is bad? If something brings you a lot of excitement, it is probably a good thing and you should go for it. For example, maybe you feel a lot of excitement when you think about, getting a pass from college or work to go to travel the world. And yeah, maybe it sounds scary, but the feeling is just, then you should probably go for it. That's your intuition. But even that can't always be a good measure because sometimes some things may feel really boring and you don't want to do them. But before your mind starts thinking, deep down you just know that it's the right thing to do. For example, I'm sure that you don't feel really excited and happy when you have to study for a test, but you just know that you should. So yeah, sometimes it can be really tricky, but the more you do it, it will be easier for you to separate your intuition from the mind. You will know, okay, this is my intuition and this is just my mind overthinking. So this 7 days taught me that intuition is something I should really listen more in my life because it always knows the best. And of course, we just can't run through our lives guided by our feelings. We also need our logic, of course. But I think that solution is to combine, productivity, hard work, plans, and organization with listening to our intuition. And yeah, I talk a lot about productivity, and productivity, hard work aren't the opposite of intuition. But I feel like they were the reason I wasn't able to listen to my intuition, because we live in a world where we always work, and when we try to rest, our mind goes crazy. For you, the reason you're not listening to your intuition may be something else, but I feel that for a lot of people, it is the thought that you always have to do something and you're always occupied and therefore unable to listen to your intuition. So I think that a combination of listening to your intuition and rational thinking is a good win-win combination. So that's it, my friends. This video has come to an end. And if you've come this far, thank you so much for watching. This really means a lot to me. And it was really nice talking to you again. At least talking to my camera. But yeah, I'm gonna see you in the next video.